What up, people? This is Bunjo. We are going to a Gross-Rosen concentration camp. We're currently in the elevator for our car, and we're headed there. This is a concentration camp. It's not a death camp like Auschwitz. This is more of a work camp, but people have died there from overworking. So I mean, essentially, it is a death camp. But here's the police. We will see what's going on. But I'll just roll my window down. I don't want those seedy individuals looking into our car, huh? But there they are, right? Smoking ciggies. Yeah, this is like more for the Polish people. So the Polish people were at this more than the Jewish people. So it's kind of, I think it's more sad for the Polish people than the Jewish people, I think, this one. So we're gonna see what it is. It looks kind of crazy. I don't know what to expect. It's our first, sounds crazy. It's our first concentration camp. You know what I mean? Oh, here we are. We're driving through Rennick Square, and we're about to hit the road from Wrocław to Jugowice. What's it called? Jugowice?
I don't know.
That's some town. I don't know. It could be Rogoznica too. But yeah, it's funny because we're going to a town called Rogoznica, but also 40 minutes away from our house in Croatia, we also have a town called Rogoznica. So here we go. Let's go. I'm gonna turn off the camera and get the driving because this is
Crazy.
dangerous. Here's some sights and sounds of the Polish streets of Wrocław. Wow. And there's Mickey, the co-pilot. How do you enjoy being my co-pilot?
You are very
Aggressive,
hard boss. Yes. I don't like you.
Zero mistakes. So one would say that I'm the Hitler of driving.
You are the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're Hitler, but you're the worst. And this is not easy, this GPS in Google Maps. It's not easy to understand the streets here. And I'm doing it in my second languages. I have 3 languages. I have to translate everything for my husband.
Because why?
Because you only speak 1 language.
Oh. Like a dough.
Be
Yeah, here we
patient,
go.
go slow.
It's a cold, crisp morning for this road trip, but it's about 1 hour and 13 minutes away with traffic. I think we hit a little bit of traffic here from Wrocław city center, and then from the city center, then we might go to what's the other one called? Gross-Rosen complex center. It's underground caves where the Nazis smuggled all their treasures and hid all their treasures. It's supposed to be one of the folklore tales of Wrocław here. And that's either in Jugowice or Rogoznica. I don't know which one's which. But yeah, so we might see a little bit of both. And from Gross-Rosen to the Rise complex, it's actually 56 minutes. And then from the Rise complex to back to Wrocław, it's 1 hour and 23 minutes. So it's fairly, we got a long day ahead of us. And then hopefully there's something to eat out there, because we're gonna need some food, you know, because we didn't pack any food. But we're gonna look for a gas station or a cafe on the outskirts of the city and try to stop and have a little something to eat at a local joint on the side of the road. So this is the industrial part of Wrocław. We got Porsche. We had a whole bunch of factories back there, but we're stuck currently in traffic, and we are trying to figure out how to work the
Map.
GPS, but it's a little bit hard. A little bit difficulty. Muy difficulty. We got the GPS working. Look at it. It tells us that there's 10 reports of police. People report police on the Google Maps. It's on our phone. So if you see police that are doing spot checks, remember to always report and help the folks out so they don't speed.
Where are we?
We're in the town of Uudinen. We're gonna try to stop and find a coffee, but I mean, it doesn't look so lively in Uudinen here. But it's a beautiful little charming town, no?
Super charming, traditional.
Yeah, I hope
with
we
these
can
little
find somewhere.
casitas.
Maybe I don't know what the English ratio here, the English speaking. But this is like what? It's kind of cool, yeah. It says we can turn here. We'll go back this way.
I love the trees.
You want to ask this guy if there's a cafe?
No, they don't
will.
speak English. Hello.
Is there a cafe? Kava? No? No cafe?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
No problem.
Dziękuję. Yes, no cafe in this town of Uudinen. That's insane, no?
That's crazy. So you have a whole town without any coffee shop? Wow.
No, without any coffee shops. So you have a whole town without any coffee shops or restaurants or anything. But I guess we'll just keep going. I don't know. They have police. Police,
biblioteca,
they
church.
have, they have
must have coffee shop.
Apoteca. They have they have there. They have a variety store. We can get something there maybe. It's probably cheap here, that's for sure. But little town of Uudinen, eh? And the people of Uudinen. Guy was very nice and he speaks perfect English. I mean, he said there's no coffee shop, but we're in the town of Piekari and we had to stop because someone has a sweet Jesus statue on their house. Look at it. It's just in their backyard. And there's a tiny little graveyard there, but we're gonna kick the road down again and keep her going. Keep her cruising, but look at this. Piekari. Uudinen was nothing special, but
The guy was right, no coffee shop.
no coffee shop. And now here we are. Piekari is also gone. So two very tiny towns. Their cemetery literally had 5 tombstones in it, so I don't know if anybody lived. But look at this. Cornfield of Poland. Piekari cornfield. Hi. This guy's like, hey, this guy's drunk. The cornfields, huh? As we're driving through this place, I realized like this is actually a perfect place for a camp, you know? It's like right in the open, it's all flat. I don't know much about camps, but you know, what do you think?
I only think about how poor people, because it's freezing.
Yeah, it's freezing, and and you're also saying like there's no clothes back then like we have now,
Nothing
and it's just freezing, and there's nothing
around.
Nothing
so
here.
Sad. Around you, I don't know.
It's crazy. Look at this, just farms. This is the beauty about road trips here. When you drive, look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this plane. How crazy is this plane? Look at this. Let's go. Anybody know what kind of plane this is? Look at this. Jeez. And we're right on the middle of the highway, so I gotta watch out. But look at that. We made it to the town of Rogoznica, and the concentration camp should be up the road. We were wondering, do you think the labor union got the Third Reich to put up a roof? You know, because it's raining right now, it's terrible. So hopefully there's a roof and some shelter for us, because if there's no shelter, it's gonna be terrible.
I'm going to stay in the car. You will go.
You will go. Dang. Yeah, we drove so far for this. Well, not so far, only an hour and something. But yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. None of these towns, what I've learned about Poland is 0 towns. I mean, have these little villages have 0 cafes or anywhere like to eat or nothing. So far, 0. All of them had nothing.
If you're thinking about a business,
yeah, come out to Uudinen and open up a cafe if you want to open up a business in Poland, you know? They need that. It's actually so crazy because we're driving through this like dirt road, and this is supposed to be like a tourist attraction, and here we are at the quarry. I think back in the day, this is where the this is where the concentration camp started, because they got the people to dig by hand for the rocks and the stones and the granite and all the precious stones. So this is, I think we're in the right location. Going through the dirt road and stuff, and I was just like, oh man, this Google Maps is sending us somewhere else, you know. But this is it. Look at this, the quarry, eh? The quarry of Rogoznica. Let's go onward. So we made it to Gross-Rosen here. Gross-Rosen. She speaks Spanish. And here we are, the concentration camp. Look at the eerie pathway all the way down. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's so, I don't know, maybe it's because it's the aura around here, but it's super eerie around here. Even driving in here through the quarry and the back roads, and now you see this. Like, imagine how intimidating this is. You're coming on a van full of people, you have no clue where you're going, and then you just go to this place. And then you just start doing hardcore labor till you drop and die. Jeez. You know, you can make jokes and all that stuff, but that was some serious stuff. Serious stuff. Mickey just informed me, because the girl at the tourist information desk doesn't speak English. She speaks Spanish though. So if you speak Spanish, Mickey was speaking to her, and that was crazy. Glory days, happy days, happy days. But it's free entrance. But if you walk here, it's totally free. But if you drive here, you get charged for parking. So it's free entrance. You get an audio tour guide that you can plug in, and it works for multiple people, but you have to be close to each other. You can't go to that side, that side, that side. It works off Bluetooth, I imagine. So you got to be within radius. And I'm going to fly the drone, try to get an overview of this place. This place looks crazy, especially on a day like this. But here we go. Let's get the drone up. This is the outfit Jewish people would wear. You can see the Star of David, the two triangles sewn together with 5297. It's crazy. And here's what it looked like back in the day. Look at this. All the soldiers and all the stripies. And that's them, the blue stripes. They'd be heavily guarded. Look at this. Working away until they dropped. Crazy. It's insane. This one's a little bit more truthful than the Auschwitz ones. I think the Auschwitz one is more commercialized now, and maybe they got lost between reality and in my eyes. So I could look insensitive to that, but I don't. Just some of the numbers don't match up, and stories don't match up, and Anne Frank didn't even write the book, you know. But here, this is like the real one.
In the other room, there is they have all these little casitas, these little houses, and they show how big this place was. It's crazy.
When I was flying the drone, you could see like where all the little houses were. This is like I said, imagine you're pulling up on the bus or whatever, and you see this intimidating place. Must have scared the daylight out of you. I don't know how they did it. And here's the rulers of the camp with the guards, the SS. And Enzo thinks it's a running around playground. And here's the capo. The lager capo. I don't know what any of these are though. I think these are all the old passports Or postcards? Yeah, postcards. Postcards. Crazy, eh? With all the Third Reich stamps. And I don't know who these guys are. But I don't know if they were the Gross-Rosen song commandos. So they were the commanders. And here's some more prison or work uniforms. I mean, they say it wasn't a death camp, but like, you know, look at this guy. They worked. I don't think they got fed. I think a lot of people died of starvation and just overworking. And like, look at all the skinny people there, you know? So I don't think they're being treated within the labor laws, to say the least. But look at an old man and this guy making him work until he drops dead. Insane. Insane here. And Enzo had to be removed from the building. And so this guy is a Ukraine, Frank Ukrainsky Roshani. And there's his number, his dog tag. And it's pretty, look at this. I think this is it's crazy. Crazy, isn't it? Gross-Rosen, and here's the surrounding: Holland, Belgium, France, Germany. And this is Czech. So this is like Poland lost their whole country and they regained it back. Actually, Poland's like one of the only countries I think that did that, lost their whole country and then gained it all back, and it's huge now. And now it's one of the best countries to live in and the most economical booming country in Europe. They say it's going to be richer than England in 5 years. And they went through so much here, you know? So much history, crazy. Look how big this was. Jeez. How big is it? That's the entrance. And this is... Jeez. Yeah, so they basically said that 40,000 people died. This is one of the most brutal concentration camps from Nazi Germany. And yeah, very grim, dark history with this. 40,000 people. So Project Risset, caves that I wanted to visit, it's about 56 minutes away. That was their Project Risset. That's rumored where the Nazis buried all their treasure, and it's like all the underground caves. Nazis were like heavy into that, you know, the underground caves. They have so many. Apparently Germany and everywhere is filled, wherever they were, is filled with them. So yeah, and those barracks that we were looking at, the model, that's how big it was. That was as big as it got. The red barracks indicated that was built in 1944, so they were still going and they were still growing. Like, sounds crazy, but look how these hills are. You can tell they were all army barracks and set up for craziness, isn't it? And they had protection. They had all the barbed wire fences around, and where the SS soldiers used to live. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy. And this is it. This is the entrance to the first one. The first one, I think it is. And then all the other ones were built after, because they kept expanding his dream. And there was a place around here where they said that Hitler might have lived after. But I don't know. I couldn't understand it. Crazy. Insane. Gross-Rosen. Project Risset. We might go to Project Risset, but it's a lot to do for us right now with Enzo, you know? Enzo's a little bit like this guy. This guy. Enzi! How you doing, my boy? And it's crazy here. It's surreal, eh? Look at the big barbed wire fences over there.
Mama.
Well, honey,
Da.
you want to listen? It's massive. You can actually probably tell where all the houses used to be, huh?
Yes.
All the housing, not houses, but housing for the people, the slaves, or I guess the Jews, the
Inmates.
Polish, yeah. They used it because they used actually lots of Polish people too, and not just Jewish people here. So, yeah, look at all this. I don't know where the Nazi barracks were, but I imagine they got destroyed as well. Crazy place. Crazy places like this exist, huh?
Yes, and it's very sad.
This
I
was the-
telling Nancy.
Yeah, this was the worst. Look at this. A red. I never seen that color of a slug. Have you?
Can Nancy touch?
I don't know. A red slug. But
Leave it.
I don't know. It's crazy. I forget what I was saying. But look at this place. It's massive. Look at, you got the guard towers over there. It's all barbed wire fence. Look at the hills. It's crazy, huh? Incredible. The Bunjo family goes marching on.
I don't know how it goes.
Yeah.
No, Enzo, come on.
We visit the glory of the Roslav Zoo. We washed our clothes in gorillas' blood and the giraffes too. We're walking through the entrance of the concentration, Gross-Rosen. Project Rise we might go to. We're not sure yet. It's a pretty lousy day and we don't want to get super dirty here. But this is inside the camp, the original camp of the Gross-Rosen project complex. Look at this. And this is where all the barracks for all the slaves or workers, whatever you want to call them, lived. And there's some information signs for all my Polish viewers. Maybe you can help us out because we don't know Polish, especially how to read it. It's crazy. And I don't think they have English. Oh, they have English in the museum. They did not have English. Here they have English. The roll call square. In summer 1944, altogether the development of the camp, the roll call square that still exists today, was created. It was a place for the gathering of all prisoners 2 times a day, except sick ones staying at the hospital. These roll calls lasted for hours, often in the rain and snow, were additional way to persecuting the prisoners, registering for newcomers, public executions by hanging and whipping. See that? So they're whipping them. These are the newcomers. These are the guys that didn't want to work or whatever, and then they're forced to work. And these are the guys that didn't learn their lesson and got hung or did something awful. Well, I wouldn't say awful. Awful in their eyes. It could have been minuscule as to not eat or not listen to somebody. But you understand what I mean. And so this is it, the public execution place right here. And there's Mickey and Enzo walking into the first concentration camp of Enzo's life. I'm sure we will go see Auschwitz one day, so it won't be his last one. Sounds crazy when you say it like that, but I don't know. They made it into a tourist attraction. I think it's to teach us the history of what happened in our past, and maybe we can learn from our mistakes, because if you forget it, history will repeat itself, they say. But if you remember and you learn from it, you can change the future of it happening again, maybe. Who knows, right? But yeah, what do you guys think about turning places like this into tourist attractions? Is it crazy that they're collecting money? Should you be able to act how you want to or give your opinion, or should you just sit here and accept whatever they have to say about camps and believe everything? I don't know. It's always a topic, especially with the Auschwitz one and the Holocaust. A lot of people, a lot of conspiracy theories and different agendas have now surfaced, and a lot of people are saying a lot of things have changed and weren't reality. But this one, in fact, this one was reality, and it was geared towards more the Polish people. and the naysayers. Like you had French people, you had La Resistance, these kind of people all over coming here, and these guys were the ones forced. Women were here too, working, so it wasn't just men at this one. This one was the nastiest and the hardest one because you just worked to death. The death camps, you were just there to die. Here you worked until you died. So they would keep you just going along enough because they needed you, and they probably just wanted you to have enough life to work. And then if you couldn't make it, you died. And here's Enzo. He doesn't understand what's going on. He's a little bit too piccolino for this, but we're gonna go check out what this is here. This was the camp bell. The Der Gong, as they call it in German. Hey?
It's a reconstruction.
It's a reconstruction, yeah, for sure. It didn't make it throughout the war. And you got this guy hiding. Thinks it's a playground. Wasn't a playground back then.
Oh, it says the camp career
Yes.
was the bell ringer.
The
Yes. The camp bell was one of the few objects that survived the turmoil of the war's end.
Oh, so this is not the reconstruction.
But it says reconstruction over there. It says the belfry was destroyed during the storm in 2002. The present belfry has been reconstructed in the third quarter of 2003.
So there was there a flood here or something? There's a huge flood here, and I guess it was destroyed in 2002 and reconstructed. That's why it says it's the original bell, because it probably is, but they just reconstructed it and put it back together. And this is and there's a guard tower down that way, and I think that's probably a barracks, how it used to be. I don't know, but that's made out of wood, so I doubt it. But we're gonna go check it out, and then we're gonna leave. Then we might go to the Resay complex and check that out. This is a nice little day trip from Wrocław if you're there, and also Auschwitz is like 2.5 hours away too. So you could go there, but we opted to go here because we felt like this one had more significance to Poland, especially Wrocław being a city that used to be called Breslau, which was a German occupied city. Then after the war, the Soviets took it over, and the Soviets were far worse to the Polish people than the Germans were. People, they actually say that people were begging for the Germans to take it back over. So that just shows you how it went. Crazy. Polish people had a lot of sad history in their country, but they're resilient. They're still here today, and it's very Polish. Very Polish. Very Polish indeed. Great country, strong people. We love you, Poland. So this was the Polish basin. I think it's a bath, and you can see how deep it was. It looks like a pool actually because how deep it was. So this is where they used to, I think, probably clean or get showered. And this was block 5, and this is all the different housings, all the different barracks they had for the prisoners, or as they probably called them, workers. But that's the bath. You had the bath with all your buddies after a hard day's work there, when you're barely strong enough to probably even lift your fingers. You have to jump in that pool that's like 7 feet deep and try to live. That's probably a whole chore in itself, bathing. So right now we just entered a reconstructed version of the barracks. This is what it used to look like. Them carrying their dead fellow workers out. Sick people. Look at this. This is how they used to shower. Look at them. Look how skinny they were. It's crazy. Crazy. And this is what the beds used to, the bedding situation. So sick, probably for sick people, because it's right in the place where they all eat. And this is how they all slept. This is row by row by row of how they all slept. Look at how many people slept in here. Crazy, huh? Look at this. 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy crap. 27. Jeez. It's like 100 and something beds here. It's crazy though. Look at this. And look, you have the chubby guard feeding the sickly, deathly looking, skinny slaves or workers. Jewish and Polish slaves to death, as this guy has a stomach like me, feeding them goopy goop. But this is it. This is one of the barracks. This is what they say is one of the barracks, and it's pretty surreal, I would say. Let's see the second one here. I wonder what they have in this one. Okay, so this is some of the same. Oh, whoa. So you have more of the museum side of it. They show you some more uniforms. And you hear the voices. And look at this. Some of the Nazi propaganda posters. SS soldiers, that's crazy. Look at that. All the Nazi, there's the guy throwing up the high five. The Roman salute, as they say. There's another Nazi propaganda. I don't know if YouTube lets you show this kind of stuff. I'm not too sure. We will see. But I don't need another strike. But here we are. Look how happy this woman is. The happiest. And I heard after all the big burial graves where they just threw a bunch of bodies and buried them, they got the German citizens to dig them out. I'm not sure how true that is. That's what I heard. Look at this. Halt. Nazi police. Halt. Nazi police.
Okay, here I will take a picture with you.
So right here we are standing on the Auschwitz part. All the buildings here, the 2-story brick house, were for the Auschwitz soldiers to come from Auschwitz. This was built in 1944 to 1945. I think that's pretty much when it all ended and when it all came crashing down. So they were still building, and they still had future dreams of this proceeding and progressing and growing. And this is the monument that shows their appreciation, and they will never forget the people of Camp Rosen and Auschwitz. But here it is. And then there's the guard tower, and there's a memorial station for the Jewish people. I seen the Star of David up there, and we're just gonna stick down here for a bit, and then we're leaving. But it was a lovely little day trip here to Camp Rosen. I think it's pretty cool, especially if it's not raining, and if you like this kind of stuff.
Of course, if you like this kind of stuff, but also if you don't, you should come. You must come and try to understand the history a little bit.
Yes, because it's pretty.
It's important for our humankind. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, no?
Yes, and this one it feels so real. When you come, these two little last ones were like a shock. Like I couldn't believe they fit 3 blanket beds.
Yeah, and even me, I like to make jokes and stuff, but it's this is serious, you know. This is crazy. This is like eye-opening and pretty serious and pretty I don't know, eerie, creepy. I couldn't even imagine going through this in my life. Look at me. I'm wearing H&M clothes with a toque from Canada. I'm an expat in Croatia. I travel. Here I am with my son just walking and a camera filming things. You know, how spoiled am I compared to all them? That's basically how I feel about that. So it's pretty wild. And we got the school behind us. They're coming here for, I guess this is probably a big part of history class here in Poland. And all the schools, I think this is for all the schools to come and show the importance of this place to the Polish people.
2 big buses.
And that's why I prefer this one, because this one's more important to Polish people.
Yes.
The other one was for Jewish people, and this one is like Polish, and Polish people are like resilient. I was saying that earlier, resilient, strong. How much they had to go throughout history. It's just crazy, and they're still here, and the country's gigantic, and it's like one of the best countries now. So it's pretty crazy, eh?
Come to visit.
As we're walking out of here, this German letter here says work makes free. Work makes you free, basically. Work makes you free. In a way, it made them all free. Probably the best moment of their lives was dying at that point, which is insane. But look at this. 120,000, it says. 40,000 died. Crazy, huh? Crazy. 40,000 died and 120,000. I don't know what that word say, but I think we're here, probably. Deep, hardcore.